And it's Gordo here from Gordo's Games, and we're back for some more content. So we're going to be slinging some spells and showing some content, and it's going to be another one of the Commander decks I've been recently testing out. Now this one was a special request from one of the viewers in my Twitch stream, and if you do want to get involved in that, if you do want to see some in-person games, because there are going to be some IRL games coming in soon, as well as some over the spell tape as well. If you do want to see more of that, feel free to check out the link below, which will have my Twitch link there for you. But this was a request of one of my subscribers here, and it was for Yusri, Fortune and Flames. One of my key principles when I do play Commander is to have fun with my friends and choose chaos. At any given time, you can always be assured that I am going to do something that will potentially flip the table, or try and win out of nowhere, or just do something that's completely unrelated to winning just because I thought it would be amusing. And I'm okay with it. But without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. If you do like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you know when this content goes live for you. And all in all, don't forget to obviously leave a comment down below of what your thoughts were on the deck itself, because I am intrigued to see what all of you think of these. These are built by me on a whim. I don't think I have any expertise on these. It's more of the case of I have time to do it, so I do it. We are also just been accepted onto the YouTube partner program, so we do have the potential, option for becoming a member of Gordo's Games. So if you do get involved in that and get some of our fancy emotes and badges, by all means join us there below, and we will look to add more things as we go along, as we are just starting on that journey there. So let's get into the profile. Alrighty, so Yusri, Fortune of Flames. Yusri is all about flipping coins, alright? So, all down to the flip of a coin. Basically, that is the whole prospect of when I went in with this deck. I tried to choose as many cards that were completely obscure as possible, or on theme as possible. Now, by all means, if you could make this deck in a more competitive way, and more, definitely a more strategic way, so you can actually just aim to win a lot of your games. This one is more of on flavour of fun. So let's look at Yusri himself first of all. So he's a flying 3 cost region, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 colourless, and he's a 2/3 flyer. Whenever Yusri Fortune's Flame attacks, choose a number between 1 and 5. Flip that many coins. For each flip you win, draw a card. For each flip you lose, Yusri deals 2 damage to you. If you win 5 flips this way, you may cast spells from your hand this turn without paying their mana costs. Now, if you get 5 flips in a row, you get Omniscience. And you can have some pretty crazy turns. I have done this total about 4 times with this deck, so it is doable with some of the things in there. And your turns do get pretty crazy because you do cycle a lot of cards in this deck, so you end up playing half of your deck onto the board. So yeah, it's always fun. But you also do get slapped in the face a lot by yourself for those 2 damage. It can come up where you hit 4 out of the 5 regularly, or you hit 1 out of 5. You will most likely find yourself high rolling for that one as much as possible, so aiming to get through those 5 flips because you want to try and cycle as much as you can. Draw power is always great. So having draw power built onto your commander with the chance to get Omniscience, that's a win-win for me right there. So definitely a strong commander. There are obviously other commanders you could go with to kind of be on theme with this, like Kronk the Thumbless with Sakashima 1000 bases, all that kind of stuff. I went with Yusri based on one of my subscribers. So going over the deck overview itself then, so we run with land and ramp. We have 43 pieces of land and ramp in the deck. We have 22 pieces of card advantage. We have 3 pieces of spot removal, 3 enablers, and 1 board wipe. What I will say, the enablers in this are going to try and help us win on those flip points more than anything at all. There's nothing like Monarchy or anything like that in this deck. Everything's just going towards the coin toss. Board wipes, you're only running the 1 of. That one really does depend on your pod. And I found that my pod of people tend to all run a lot of board wipes, so they kind of save me the time for it. So I tend to run less. So let's get into the ramp itself then. So with the land and ramp, we'll start off very simple. Arcane Signet, Burnished Heart, Decanter of Endless Water, Izzet Signet, Jeska's Will, Midnight Clock, Soul Ring, Solemn Simulacrum, Talisman of Creativity, and Tavern Scoundrel. Now all of that is pretty generic ramp there, obviously, as you can see with the Soul Ring, Arcane Signet and things like that. We do run some wheels in here, so the Midnight Clock is in there for that, because sometimes we just want to get a fresh hand when we've just got some dead cards in hand. Just as well as pseudo ramp on the precedence. If you play it at the right time, you can get some mana back depending on your opponent's hand size. And Tavern Scoundrel works well in this deck because you are going to be flipping a lot of coins. And there is a way to go infinite with your mana with a particular creature's Frenetic Efreet. Pay 0, flip it, and if you win the coin toss, you get 2 treasure tokens, and you can repeatedly keep doing that. Obviously, if you lose it, you lose the Frenetic Efreet, but you run things like Krok's Thumb to try and increase your odds. So yeah, overall there's a lot of synergy within the deck. Going into the card advantage, now this is one of the biggest parts for us because we do cycle a lot of cards. I haven't included Yusri on here, but Yusri is probably one of our biggest form of card advantage. Well, let's get into it. Archmage Emeritus, Consecrated Sphinx. Now, why is everybody going to say Constipated Sphinx? I mean, it's Deep Analysis, Gamble, Is It Charm, Jinkataxia, Mages of the Wheel, Mystic Remora, Heuristic Study, Mystical Tour, Preordain, Pull from Tomorrow, Reforge the Soul, Sensei's Divine Top, Sorcerer Class, Toothy, Treasure Cruise, Tribute Mage, Wheel of Fate, Windfall, Wizard Class, and Zenda Split, Eye of Wisdom. Now this makes up the card advantages for us, and overall our aim is to see very key pieces of the deck and to try and help us increase our odds whilst we're doing all the coin flips to try and get ourselves omniscience and really push for game. I will come to that the main combo pieces at the end of all this, but they're very narrow choices. But you just want to kind of see them. We do run things like Underworld's Breach in here, so we can recur them if we lose those pieces too early as well. Something to keep in mind. Spot removal, Chaos Warp, Lightning Bolt. Apologies there, that's an editing error. And Wild Magic Surge. We don't run a great deal of spot removal. You could look to change up some of the card advantages for some more spot removal and board wipes depending on your pod. I will just say that. I've just opted for these because they are relatively cheap. They was on theme for it because I wanted to keep it random. Lightning Bolt is just a 1 cost, deal 3 damage to their target, so potentially easy removal. But Chaos Warp is, the randomness of what they could get off the top of it, and it's same with Wild Magic Surge. They could also get something off there just twice as bad as what I'd put in the deck. Like I said, this was built for chaos and randomness. Always choose chaos, as Gordo says on his stream constantly. I said it on my stream the other day, and all of the people I play with in Harmony said it back to me. As what did we choose? And it was literally chaos. It was great. I made a theme. Moving on. Enablers. So our enablers are Stitching Time, Krok's Thumb, and Krok the Thumbless. Now the reason I put these down on enablers here, because Stitching Time is on theme for it. It's an extra turn, but it's by the flip of a coin, and it's one of our ways we do tend to win quite often, because we get to the point where we can flip the coin. If we have Krok's Thumb out there, which is our second enabler, we can roll flip 2 coins instead of 1. 2 coins ignoring 1. And you can basically pick the odds for yourself there. It doesn't always pay off, but again, we do run Underworld's Breach, so we can recur these things back if needed. Krok the Thumbless is just that element of it could get really insane if you start doing these things. If you have Krok's Thumb and then you have Krok the Thumbless out, Stitching Time, you roll to see if Stitching Time goes through, flip to see if Stitching Time goes through with Krok. Obviously you've got Krok's Thumb to help the odds there. Then you obviously do the flip to make sure Stitching Time goes through. You potentially get yourself 2 extra turns out. It can get quite crazy, and if you do that, and you've got an increased amount of odds to try and get omniscience within one of those turns. Board wipes, as I said, I don't run many, but the best one with anything with blue, Cyclonic Rift. If the amount of cards we're looking to gain here, we do run things like Reliquary Tower and Thought Decanter here to make sure that we retain our hand size. You putting everything back in somebody's hand naturally just slows down the entire board state. You remove all of their kind of enablers as well as all of their presence on board, so you kind of do what you want to do. And if you do that on 1 turn and you're about to have an extra turn, 9 times out of 10 you're about to win. the combo pieces. So the main piece is Krark's Thumb. Realistically with Krark's Thumb, we want to see this as early as possible. We do run things like Tribute Mage, which allow us to search the artifact. We do run things like Gamble. We do run a lot of draw power because we want to try and get this out as quick as physically possible. To go along with this, we do run the Zender Split and the Okon Eye of Chaos. These three cards alone can generally just put you in a position where you can win the game. Okon himself is an absolute beast, because whenever a player wins a coin flip, double Okon's power and toughness until the end of the turn. And they do both have, at the beginning of combat on your turn, flip a coin until you lose a flip. So they enable you to do more flips just generally for free anyway. The Krark's Thumb is going to increase your odds just to try and get a few cheeky wins on there, to try and stack them on there. And then when it, if you can get, let's say, 4 or 5 solid flips there, Okon is doubled his power. Now that goes, let's suppose this here, math is going to be a problem, so 3, 6. So 6, 12, 24, 48, 96, I want to say, if you got 5 good flips of him. That's a lot of power. If my maths is wrong, let me know in the comments, but I think it was right. I'm probably wrong. I'm 100%, I'm 100% I'm wrong, but I'm cool with it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what it will work out to be. But yeah, so you're looking to do an awful lot of damage with just Okon himself, and he naturally just becomes a threat by being on board. On top of that, Zender Split just allows you to just to fish through your deck for more and more pieces, because the amount you can draw, you've not only got Yusri, which is going to be swinging and doing flips. If you win any of those flips, you're going to be drawing netting 2 cards there, because Zender Split's on board next to it. So it's a lot of advantage. Obviously with the deck as well, we do run other bits and pieces in there to try and add to the chaos. The deck list will be in the, down in the link below, so feel free to check that out and let me know your thoughts. I encourage you, if you do wish to obviously see some variations in decks and some just get somebody to try out your ideas for you if you don't have the time to do it yourself, join the Twitch, throw a comment up there, or join the chat, let me know what you think I should play. And most likely I'll go ahead and build it, or leave a comment down below of a deck you'd like to see in the nearby future. But with this one, we try to go for as much chaotic things as possible. So we do run Planar of Chaos, which has the thing is, in your upkeep you have to flip a coin. If you lose it, you sacrifice it. If not, it stays. But if anybody was to cast a spell, they have to flip for it to go through. Better odds for us is that we have a double flip, whereas everybody else doesn't. So it's more stacked in our favour. We do run the Game of Chaos, which is 2 players, so myself and another player, we basically call heads or tails repeatedly, losing life on the base of it, and double it every time. The winner gets to choose if they want to do it again. If they do, it will be double the life, so you go 1, 2, 4, 8, and so on and so on and so on. And you can basically take something out of the game just by doing that. Now if you have Krark the Thumbless out as well, you have the chance to take out 2 people with that. Not saying that odds are always going to be in your favour, but if you want to play some high roll, you can definitely do so. So feel free to check out the deck list. I look forward to seeing you all on the Twitch going forward, and obviously joining our membership program at some point. It is all new and upcoming. I am aiming to try and do more content as we go here, so more ideas the better from all of you, what you would like to see. And once again, if you like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you know when this content goes live for you, and we'll catch you next time.